All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling mindset and goal setting, but with a twist.
A twist.
Definitely a twist. We're going to hear from someone who, well, let's just say they took an unconventional road to, success both personally and financially.
Interesting. Unconventional how?
Well, think about this. Imagine being told you got to make a fortune just to, get permission to propose.
Whoa. That's high stakes. How much are we talking?
$300,000. And get this, starting from basically zero.
Okay, yeah. I call that a pretty big challenge.
Huge challenge. But it's more than just hitting that number, right? I mean, there's a deeper lesson here. From what I gathered, a conversation with the future father-in-law kind of shifted things.
So it wasn't just about proving his worth, but more about character.
You got honesty and strong work ethic. Those are the key traits. More important than money, apparently.
And I bet that shifted his mindset completely.
Totally. It wasn't just this frantic chase for wealth anymore. It was about, embodying those qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing, he hit that financial goal faster than he ever thought possible.
The power of why, right? Having a strong enough reason can really push you forward.
Absolutely. But let's be honest, we all struggle with doubt, right? Those limiting beliefs, especially around money, can be tough to shake.
He dives right into that. Doesn't shy away from challenging those deep-seated assumptions. And not just about money either. Relationships, societal norms, even things like personal philosophies.
Wow, he really goes there.
Oh, yeah. He wants people to question everything. Don't just accept what you've been told,
It's like he's saying think for yourself.
Exactly. Are your beliefs based on facts or just stuff you've inherited along the way? That's what he wants people to figure out.
By testing those beliefs, you break free.
Right. Unlock your true potential. Now, how to actually reach your goals once you've identified those limiting beliefs? Well, he talks about this SPR formula.
Yeah, what's that all about? SPR.
So it stands for sabiduría, which is wisdom or experience, then prosperidade, that's prosperity or growth, and finally riqueza, meaning wealth. It's like the fruit of all that growth.
Okay, and he uses this analogy of planting a seed, right?
Exactly. That seed is your idea, your potential, but you need the right environment for it to grow, right? That's where the wisdom and experience come in.
Like preparing the soil for your goals to, flourish. Makes sense.
Then comes the growth phase, the prosperidade. It's about taking action, expanding your knowledge, your network, pushing through obstacles, the seed breaking through the soil.
And finally, the riqueza.
Yeah, the tangible results of all that effort, like a seed-bearing fruit. Whether it's financial abundance or achieving a personal goal, those are the results of consistent effort and growth.
I love that analogy. It shows it's not just about the end goal, but about the journey itself. And he talks about expanding your terrain. What does that even mean?
Well, imagine a small plot of land. That's your current limitations. To create more opportunities, you got to expand, right? Every new skill, connection, experience.
Yeah.
It's like acquiring more land.
So you have more space to, cultivate success.
Exactly. And mentorship plays a huge role in that growth. Learning from those who have already achieved what you want. It's like having a guide, right? Someone who can help you navigate the tough parts.
Yeah. Avoid those pitfalls.
He also talks about the power of community, being around people who are on a similar journey, striving for success.
That support can make such a difference. But he also mentions this peer anno concept, which means worst year. That sounds kind of intense.
It does, doesn't it? But it's not about seeking out hardship. It's about intentionally pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone for an entire year. Intense learning, growth, all that.
Embrace the discomfort, huh?
He sees it as a catalyst for growth, willingly facing challenges head on because it'll lead to breakthroughs.
Any specific examples? How did he apply this?
Yeah. He talks about feeling like a nobody surrounded by all these successful people back in 2008. So he made that his peer anno, disconnected from distractions, immersed himself in books, courses, you name it.
So instead of feeling discouraged, he used it as fuel.
Exactly. And, he didn't see huge financial results right away, but that intense growth during his peer anno, that laid the foundation for everything that came after.
Wow, that's powerful. And it seems like it connects to how our brains actually work, right?
He's fascinated by that, all those neural connections and how pushing your limits creates new pathways in your brain. It literally rewires you for greater success.
So it's not just metaphorical growth, it's actual physical changes happening in our brains.
He takes it even further with this idea of disconnecting the rational mind.
Hold on, that sounds a little Risky. What does that even mean?
It's about trusting your intuition, your gut feeling, even if it doesn't seem logical or goes against what everyone else is saying.
He's made big decisions based on feeling, not just numbers.
Yeah, and they've led to some remarkable outcomes. He believes intuition can guide us towards our true purpose, even if it challenges our logical minds.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Challenging assumptions, pushing boundaries, embracing discomfort.
It's like a total reframing of how we approach personal development and success.
Mind-blowing stuff. And we're just getting started.
Welcome back. We were just starting to uncover some really powerful stuff.
Right. That whole idea of trusting your intuition really got me thinking. But it seems he takes this unconventional approach even further, like challenging some deep-rooted societal norms.
Oh, absolutely. He really pushes people to question the status quo, even when it comes to, like, fundamental ideas about work and success.
And he uses this example, selling water on the street, to kind of illustrate that.
Yeah. It's such a simple concept, but there's this deeper lesson there. He's saying it highlights the difference between, seeking security in a traditional job versus embracing that entrepreneurial spirit.
So it's not just about making some quick cash selling water bottles?
Right. It's about the experience, the learning process. It exposes you to the real world of business, like supply chains, customer interaction.
You start to develop a different mindset, right?
Yeah.
More entrepreneurial one.
Exactly. You shift from being an employee trading time for money to becoming a problem solver, an entrepreneur who sees a need and creates a solution.
It's about taking control, right?
Yeah.
Your financial destiny is in your own hands.
He even talks about his own experience, how it took him 13 years to break free from the corporate world.
13 years. That's a long time to feel stuck.
It's a good reminder that comfort and security can sometimes hold us back from taking risks and pursuing those passions.
So he's saying, be proactive. Don't just accept the path that's laid out for you. Create your own.
And buy back your time. Don't just sell it. Real wealth is about having the freedom to choose how you spend your time.
Not being tied to that 9-to-5 grind. It's about financial independence, being able to spend time with loved ones, pursuing your passions.
And he even suggests real estate as a way to achieve that.
Real estate, huh? I mean, most people dream of owning a home, but he seems to be talking about something bigger.
He challenges that traditional view of home ownership as like the ultimate goal. He wants people to think bigger, to see real estate as a vehicle for building wealth, generating passive income.
So it's not just about settling down in a nice house. It's about using that property as a stepping stone to acquire more properties.
Exactly. Acquire, leverage, expand. Remember that seed analogy?
Oh yeah, you start small and then keep growing.
You cultivate what you have and use the proceeds to get more, creating this cycle of growth and abundance.
Don't settle for one fruit. Plant a whole orchard.
And location is key, of course, finding those undervalued areas with high growth potential. You got to have that vision for the future.
Seeing the possibilities before everyone else does, that's how you become a savvy investor.
Right. You're not just following the crowd. You're seeking out opportunities where others might not see them. Become the master of your own financial destiny.
It all comes back to the power of the mind, doesn't it?
He firmly believes that. And we were talking about those neural connections, how pushing yourself creates new pathways in your brain. You're literally rewiring yourself for success.
It's amazing how adaptable our brains are.
He's fascinated by it. Our brains have this incredible potential waiting to be explored.
And a lot of times, it's our own limitations that are holding us back.
Right. We have the power to break through those barriers. Now, he also dives into this idea of listening to your intuition.
We touched on that a little earlier, but it still seems a bit risky.
Mm-hmm.
How do you trust your gut when it's telling you to do something that seems totally irrational?
He argues that intuition is a deeper form of wisdom, something that can sometimes see beyond what our rational minds can grasp.
And he's made huge decisions based on that gut feeling.
Absolutely. And those decisions have often led to remarkable success. It's about trusting that inner voice, even when it seems to defy all logic.
It's finding that balance between logic and intuition, recognizing that both are important.
Exactly. He also emphasizes self-awareness, paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, your body.
Being present in the moment.
Right, because that's how you recognize those subtle signals your intuition might be sending.
And things like meditation, mindfulness, spending time in nature, those can help, right?
Absolutely. It's about quieting the external noise and connecting with that inner wisdom.
And this is where he brings up the power of saying no.
It might seem counterintuitive, especially when we're talking about expanding your terrain, embracing opportunities.
Yeah, how does saying no fit into all of this?
Well, he argues that it's essential for protecting your time, energy, and focus, all those things you need to achieve your goals.
So don't spread yourself too thin. Be selective about your commitments.
Exactly. Every yes should be a resounding yes, something you're truly aligned with.
And every no is a way of protecting your energy, making sure it's going towards what truly matters.
It's about setting boundaries, politely declining requests that don't feel right, or things that might distract you from your path.
Because your time and energy are precious resources.
He also talks about the importance of letting go. Detachment.
Detachment. Isn't that kind of the opposite of striving for success and abundance?
It might seem that way, but he argues that clinging too tightly to things, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even specific outcomes, it can actually block the flow of abundance in your life.
So it's about releasing that need to control everything.
Exactly. Trusting that things will unfold as they should, even if it's not exactly according to your plan.
It's like surrendering to the flow of life.
He uses this analogy of a flowing river. If you dam it up, you block the natural flow. But if you let it flow freely,
It nourishes everything in its path. I like that.
it's about practicing detachment in all areas of your life, releasing your grip on what you think you need, and opening yourself up to receiving those unexpected blessings.
It's a tough concept for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Our society is all about acquiring more stuff.
He challenges that. He says, true abundance comes from your inner state of being, from your ability to let go and allow the universe to provide.
That's a profound shift in perspective.
It's about recognizing that true wealth is an inner experience. It's not just about the external accumulation of possessions.
It's about cultivating that abundance mindset.
Right. Believing that there's more than enough for everyone and that the universe is conspiring to support your dreams.
And when you have that mindset, you attract more abundance. Not just material wealth, but fulfilling relationships, meaningful work.
It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of trust and gratitude.
We live in a world of infinite possibilities.
That's the key. And we've only scratched the surface.
Right, we've talked a lot about concepts and mindset shifts and all that, but I'm ready for some action. What are some practical things we can actually do to implement these ideas?
Well, he doesn't just leave you hanging with these big abstract ideas. He gives some really concrete tools and techniques. One of the biggest ones is visualization.
Visualization. Okay, I've heard of that. But is it more than just like daydreaming about what you want?
He takes it a step further. He talks about creating a visual representation, almost like a blueprint for your goals.
Interesting. So not just thinking about it, but actually like seeing it.
Exactly. He even recommends using a whiteboard. Map out your goals, make them tangible.
I can see how that would make them feel more real, more achievable.
Right. And he says add pictures, photos or images that represent your goals.
So it's kind of like a vision board, but with a more strategic approach.
Yeah.
I like it. What else?
Breaking down those big goals into smaller steps. Micro results, he calls them.
That makes sense. Big goals can feel really overwhelming sometimes.
Totally. But if you break them down into bite-sized pieces, they suddenly seem much more manageable.
And those small wins build momentum, right?
Exactly. Each micro result you achieve boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated to keep going.
It's like one step at a time, you're making progress towards that bigger vision.
He also talks a lot about surrounding yourself with the right people. Your tribe.
I think that's so important. The people you spend time with have a huge influence on you.
He's very intentional about who he lets into his inner circle. People who are positive, supportive, aligned with his values.
So it's about choosing people who lift you up, inspire you to grow, not the ones who drag you down.
Exactly. Your tribe can provide support, accountability, inspiration. They help you stay focused on your path. And on that note, he's a big believer in mentorship.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Having someone who's been there, done that, they can offer invaluable guidance.
He credits his mentors with playing a huge role in his own success. And he encourages everyone to seek out those mentors.
Because we don't have to do it alone.
Right.
We can learn from the experiences of others.
Now, he also acknowledges that fear is a natural part of the process, but it shouldn't paralyze you.
Easier said than done. Fear can be a major obstacle.
His motto is, feel the fear and do it anyway. He believes taking action despite your fear is how you build confidence.
It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger than your fear.
And the more you do that, the less power fear has over you. Then there's consistency and discipline.
Those are big ones, right? We all struggle with those sometimes.
He stresses that success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it.
Creating those habits that support your goals.
He's all about micro habits. Small actions you can incorporate into your routine, like reading for 15 minutes each day, or waking up 30 minutes earlier.
Those little things can make a big difference over time.
They add up. You build momentum through consistent action. And finally, he talks about gratitude.
Gratitude seems to be a common thread in a lot of these personal development philosophies.
It's about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have, cultivating a more positive, abundant mindset.
Appreciate the present moment.
Exactly. Keep a gratitude journal or just take a few minutes each day to reflect on the good things in your life.
It's a powerful way to combat that negativity in scarcity thinking. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have.
And he doesn't just stop at personal gratitude. He emphasizes giving back, using your success to make a difference in the world.
So it's not just about achieving your own goals, but about helping others achieve theirs.
It's about recognizing that true success involves contributing to something larger than yourself.
Paying it forward, inspiring others.
And I think that's a perfect note to end on. This whole conversation has been about wealth creation, but it's so much more than just money.
It's about personal growth, self-discovery, living a life of purpose.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself and using that to make a positive impact on the world.
Powerful stuff. And I hope our listeners are walking away with some inspiration, some practical tools, and a renewed sense of possibility.